With my wife dying, I thought my world was over. And that's a fact. She was always there. Even if I was on the road and she was, back home in England when we lived here and then in the States, you know what I mean? She was always on the end of the phone.
With my wife dying, I thought my world was over. Those words from Tom Jones weren't a headline. They were a confession. Behind the fame, the sold-out shows, and decades of scandal stood Linda Trenkard, a woman the spotlight never followed. She loved him before the world knew his name, stayed when temptation surrounded him, and remained silent while history judged from a distance. For nearly 60 years, she carried heartbreak, loyalty, and sacrifice without applause. This isn't a celebrity love story, it's the untold cost of fame. And a woman who paid it quietly, Linda Trenkard. Born Melinda Rose Trenkard on March 7, 1941, entered the world in Pontypridd, Wales. During World War II, life was shaped by rationing, air raid sirens, and fear. Food was scarce, windows were blacked out at night, and bombs fell near the Cardiff docks. Yet even in hardship, families clung together. Her parents, William and Violet Trenkard, owned a small cinema in Trefrest, where Hollywood films became an escape from reality. Movies like Casablanca and Gone with the Wind lit her imagination and gave comfort to an entire community rebuilding after war. Money was always tight. By the late 1940s, the cinema barely survived. Coal mining wages were low, and families lived in cramped, cold homes. Linda learned early that survival required resilience. She helped sell tickets, watched her father work exhausting hours, and understood that every coin mattered. These years shaped her quiet strength. In 1952, her life changed when she met a boy named Thomas John Woodward, later known as Tom Jones, sick with tuberculosis. He spent years bedridden, watching Linda play outside from his window. Her laughter became his hope. As they grew older, their bond deepened through rainy streets, playful chase games, and whispered conversations inside a red phone box at the end of his street. That phone box would later be moved all the way to Los Angeles, a symbol of where their love began. At just 16, Linda married Tom on March 2, 1957, at the Pontypridd Registry Office, pushed into adulthood by an unexpected pregnancy. Her dress was borrowed, the ceremony quiet, and the pressure enormous. Soon after, she gave birth to their son Mark, suffering from postpartum depression at a time when such pain was rarely acknowledged. While Tom sang in pubs at night, Linda faced motherhood alone, overwhelmed and unseen. To survive, she took a job at a thermometer factory in Pontypridd. The conditions were harsh, filled with chemical fumes and long hours. Still, she endured, saving every pound to pay for Tom Jones' vocal lessons. Even after suffering a miscarriage that crushed her hopes of having more children, she kept working. By the early 1960s, she became a line supervisor, one of the few women in such a role, proving her quiet determination. Her sacrifices paid off. In 1965, When IT's Not Unusual became a #1 hit, Linda walked out of the factory for the last time. Fame followed fast, and soon they moved to Los Angeles. Hollywood was loud, glamorous, and overwhelming. Stars like Diana Ross and the Supremes filled their home, but Linda felt out of place. She hid her factory-scarred hands and missed Wales deeply. Then came the scandals. Tom Jones later admitted to hundreds of affairs. Linda discovered hotel receipts, love letters, and tabloid headlines. She confronted him only once, striking him in anger, but she never asked for a divorce. Even when affairs with women like Mary Wilson became public, and when Jonathan Berkery was born from another relationship, Linda stayed silent, choosing endurance over escape. In the 1970s, her health began to fail. Diagnosed with lung cancer, she endured brutal chemotherapy and dramatic weight loss. Against all odds, she survived, only to face cancer again years later, followed by emphysema. By the late 1980s, her lung function dropped dangerously low, and oxygen tanks became part of her daily life. She withdrew from public view, skipping award shows and red carpets, finding comfort only in old films from her childhood. In March 2016, doctors at Cedars-Sinai found another tumor. This time, it was aggressive. In her final days, Linda refused heavy painkillers so she could stay awake and speak. She whispered Welsh lullabies to Tom and made one last request, that the red phone box from their youth be returned to Wales. On April 10, 2016, Linda Trenkard left this world, but she didn't take her strength with her. Her final words to Tom Jones became a promise, a song, and a legacy. She lived without applause, endured without recognition, and loved without conditions. If her story moved you, remember the woman behind the legend. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to honor the quiet strength that shapes history.